Good morning, everyone. Olive here again. I'm going to do a class for my evening Pilates class. So that's my Monday and my Wednesday evening. So it's a little bit more advanced for some people. Give it a go. If there's anything that you're finding difficult, just try and choose the easier option or go to one of the earlier videos that I've done. And they're a little bit easier. So go. The first part of the warm up is in standing. I'll adjust the camera then to suit when I go to lie onto the mat. Okay, we get started. So we start with some shoulder rolls, nice big circles backwards. On the side, we're just trying to create that nice big circle. Good, we're going to move on to some chest openings. So hands together in front, open up left hand and back, right hand and back, left hand and back, right hand and back. One more each side. Back, left hand and back. This time we're going to try and keep the hips nice and still, so don't let the hips swing from side to side. So left hand first and back, right hand and back, left hand and back, right hand and back. One more. Back, left hand and back. Good. We're going to come sideways on the mat now. Okay, I'm going to tuck my chin down into my chest. Start to round down through my shoulders, down through my mid back, and I can soften the knees. Keep the knees straight if you want, but soften the knees, take the tension off the back of the legs. And then I'm going to roll back up, all the way back up. Okay, so we're going to do that again. Put the chin down, start to round down through spine, soften the knees, and then we're going to roll all the way back up. Good, last one. This time we're going to come into an extended position, so we're going to bend the knees, hands go on the thigh, lift the head, arch back, open the chest, try and lift that chest high. Then we're going to curl back into that rounded shape, and then we're going to restack the spine all the way back up. Good, we're going to come sideways on the mat now. Legs a little bit wider than shoulder or hip width. We're going to reach down the outside of the leg and the other arm comes over the top. Change. 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 Last one. Good, and back. We're going to keep the legs nice and wide, hands down by your side. We're going to come down into squat and back up. Breathing out and in. Trying to keep that chest up nice and tall. Keep the knees in line with my feet. This will get us warmed up for the next exercise. And you just go down as far as you feel comfortable. Good, last 3, 2, 1. Good. Next exercise, I'm just going to turn sideways for demonstration. I know you can't see my feet, but I'm going to lift my heels off the ground. Hands come up in the air, and I'm going to bend the knees. Okay, we've done this one in class before. Okay, and we're going to switch between lowering our hands, lowering our heels, and straightening our knees. So I'm going to drop my heels to try to keep my knees bent. Lift my heels again, drop my arms. Okay, lift my arms back up, drop the heel, lift the heels. Let's see, can we bend the knees a little bit more? Lower the hands, straighten the knees, and lower the heels. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more rounds of that, progressively getting a little bit harder. I know you can't see my feet. If I move a little bit closer to the door, you might be able to. Okay, so again, let's lift the heels, lift the hands, bend the knees. Try to keep that chest up nice and tall. Okay, we should start to feel this in the front of the legs and the quads. Try get those elbows straight. We're not here. Try lift up through those arms. Lower the heels. Lower the hands. We're still in that bend position for my knees. Lift the heels again. Lift the hands. Good. Straighten the knees. Big reach up to the ceiling. Get those heels as high up as you can. Bend the knees again. Let's go a little bit lower. Good. Keep those heels up nice and high. Lower the hands. Straighten the knees. And lower the heels. Okay, that's the second round. One more round, probably the hardest one, and you'll really start to feel it on these muscles here at the front of the legs. Okay, if it's getting too tough, straighten the knees, come back into it whenever you feel ready. Okay, so last one, lift the hands, lift the heels, big stretch up to the ceiling, bend the knees, really try to keep those heels nice and high, lower the hands, lower the heels, lift the heels, lower the heels, lift and lift the hands. Good, drop the knees another inch, hold, lower the hands, lower the heels, really feeling it here now. Lift the heels, lift the hands. Last time, drop the knees another inch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hands, straighten the knees, and lower the heels. Definitely feel that in front of the legs. Our heart rate base should be up a little bit, so that's a little bit tougher of a warm-up. So I'm just going to move the camera down so you can see my mat. It's a little bit bright in this room, nice sunshine coming in, but hopefully you can see everything I'm doing, okay? Again, this is a little bit more advanced, so if anyone's finding any of the exercise easier or difficult, please just choose the easier option and maybe don't progress on when we are, okay? So I'm going to come down to lie onto the mat. Grab a book for a head block, 2 seconds. Book from my bookshelf. I'm going to come down to lie onto the mat. I'm going to bring my arms nice and wide, and the usual warm up for our lower back on the mat. This knees going side to side. We can progress on to having one foot up and rocking the legs from side to side. This opens up the hip as well, so if it's too much, just go back to the one before. And then we change over, left foot onto the right thigh, and just over and back. Good, and back into the middle. Last little bit, we're just going to practice some pelvic tilts. So that's flattening the lower back down, arching the lower back away. So creating that gap underneath, flattening down and arching away. Flattening down and arching the lower back away from the mat. So you can see my hand able to fit underneath my lower back there. One more of each. Squeeze down. You should really feel your tummy muscles working here. And then arch away. Feel a nice big stretch in the lower back. So we're going to start in this position. We're going to take the book or whatever you've got underneath your head out of the way. Make sure to come down the mat a little bit. And we're going to bring our heels nice and close to our bum. Heels are roughly in line with your sitting bones, hands down by your side. We're going to flatten the lower back down And then start to peel the spine up, starting from the base, peeling all the way up into our glute bridge. We're looking for that straight line from my knee through my hip to my shoulder. And then we're going to peel all the way back down. Okay, and again, flatten the lower back down. Slowly start to peel the spine up. Digging in with my heels, not my toes. And then peeling all the way back down. This time we're going to float the arms up overhead while we're doing that. So flatten the lower back down as it starts to peel up. My arms float overhead. Squeezing through my heels. And then we're going to peel all the way back down. Arms float back down at the same time as my spine goes back down onto the mat. And again, flatten the lower back down as you start to peel up. The arms float up. And then float all the way back down. Good, our glutes should be nice and warmed up now. Okay, so we're going to go into some single leg glutes, okay, or a knee extension. So we're going to flatten the lower back down, slowly start to peel up. And we're going to straighten our right knee. Notice how my thighs are still parallel. And then pop that back down, straighten the left. And back down, straighten the right. And back down, straighten the left. And back down, and slowly start to peel the spine back down onto the mat. Okay, this time when we have the legs straightened, we're going to lift and lower. The main aim is to try and keep the hips up, and you only lift the leg as high as you can keep the knees straight, okay? So if you haven't done this one before with me, just watch the first round, you can join in the second round. Flatten my lower back down, slowly start to peel up into my glute bridge position. I'm going to straighten my right leg. I'm going to lift and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop that foot on the floor. Straighten the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop that down and slowly start to peel down. I'm going to hug the knees into the chest. Definitely getting warm now, okay? You should feel that in the bum muscles of the bum, so your glute muscles. Okay, so we're going to do one more glute exercise here. We're going to do some hip dips while we're up in that glute bridge. Okay, so heels again nice and close to the bottom. Arms down by my side. Flatten the lower back down, and then start to peel up from the base of the spine up. I'm going to straighten my right leg, and this time I'm going to dip my left hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right back up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop that foot on the floor. Straighten the left leg. We're going to dip the pelvis down. 1, 2, back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold for 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop the foot on the floor and slowly peel the spine back down. Hug the knees into the chest and you can rock side to side. So we're going to move on to some tummy exercises now. So we're going to put the block back underneath their head, but I'm going to come down the mat a little bit so I have enough room to lift my hands over my head. Okay, so some tummy work now. So we're going to push the lower back down slightly towards the mat, draw up the pelvic floor and draw in the lower abdominals. Bring yourself up into tabletop. Okay, and we just start with the warm up of one leg stretch. So it's lengthening and back. Breathing out and in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop the feet back down and take a break. You can hug your knees into your chest. So, to make this a little bit more advanced, we're going to start to bring the head and the shoulders off the mat, okay? To do that, we place the fingertips behind the ears, we tuck the chin down towards the chest, and we scoop forward towards our knees, okay? So we're not lifting up, putting a bit of strain on the neck. We're trying to scoop forward using our upper abdominal muscles, okay? So we're going to have the head down, head up, head down, head up, okay? So 4 kind of blocks during this exercise. And then we're going to finish with some lifting the hands overhead. Back up into tabletop, so flatten the lower back down. Bring yourself up into tabletop. Okay, and we're going to again start with the head down. So we're lengthening a leg and back. 2, 3, keep the tummy in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's start to prepare fingertips behind the ears. Scoop the head and the shoulders up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head and shoulders down. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fingertips behind the ears. 9. Scoop the head and the shoulders forward. 1. Last round of 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up the head down, hug the knees into the chest. Well done. They can be difficult, so you pop your head down at any stage and come back up whenever you feel ready. Okay, so you don't need to keep the head up, especially if you're feeling it in your neck or your shoulder muscles, okay, up around here. Just try and relax those muscles, use your upper abdominals to try and keep your head and your shoulders up. Okay, so last round, a lot of tummy work here. Last round, we're going to go for opposite arm, opposite leg, and we're going to add a pause in. Okay, so again, make sure that you've got that enough room above your head. Flatten the lower back down, bring yourself back up into tabletop. Okay, arms come above the shoulder. Okay, we're going to start with one arm, one leg. So lengthen and come back. Breathing out and in. So we're going to add a pause. 1, 2, 3, and back. 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 Last one. 1, 2, 3, and back. This time, 2 arms, 1 leg. Good. Tummy's definitely getting tired now. Last 3, 2, 1, and hug the knees into. Well done. So we're going to turn onto our side now. We're going to do some glute exercises, some side plank, and a thoracic opening exercise, all of which we've probably done in the class before. So take your time with these. If any of them are too difficult, just go down to an easier level. So I'm just going to place, because this book's not too thick, I'm just going to place this book underneath my head, but have my arm underneath, just try and keep my neck in a good alignment. I'm going to start with my knees bent, feet together, and I'm going to float my feet off the floor. For anyone, if this is too difficult, just pop the feet back down on the floor. So tummy engaged, lift that top knee, and lower back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time we're going to add a pulse to each repetition. So lift up, pulse 1, 2, 3, lower back down. Lift up, 1, 2, 3, lower back down. Lift up, 1, 2, 3, lower back down. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Last 2. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Lower back down and relax the feet. Should definitely feel that warming up our glute muscles, our glute med there at the side, okay, just where you put your hand in your back pocket. For the second round, we're going to straighten that leg, okay, so we're going to make it a little bit more advanced. We're going to straighten that leg. We're going to point the toe of the top leg. Bottom leg is bent to add for a little bit more stability. Anyone wants to make it a little bit harder, 2 legs are straight. It's just a little bit wobblier, and you're going to have to use your tummy muscles a little bit more. I'm going to demonstrate with my leg bent, but anyone wants a challenge, straighten that bottom leg. So top leg is straight, point the toe, tummy engaged, lift, flex the foot and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower down, push the heel back, and let's circle the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So again, should definitely feel that on the outside of the hip. We're only going to do 2 rounds because some of our side plank work is going to be some glute stuff as well. So we're not going to do too much. We're going to save some effort for our side planks, which we're going to come into next. So we're going to take the book out. We're going to come onto that elbow. So we're roughly that same position we were while we were lying down, but this time we're up on the elbow. Make sure the elbow is directly underneath the shoulder. Bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. So first round, we're just going to come up. Second round, we're going to do some leg exercises with it. And then third round, we're going to do a twist and a lift up to the ceiling. Okay? So first round is nice and easy. Up we come and lift the fingertips to the ceiling. Good. So we're pushing from that bottom hip, bottom obliques, pushing from that leg. Try to keep that head in a nice alignment. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Anyone wants to make it more advanced, okay, both legs can be straight and we're coming up here, okay? But for the next round, you might want your bottom leg bent. It's just a little bit easier for balance while we lift and lower the leg. So again, bottom elbow is directly underneath my shoulder, okay? Bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight, tummy engaged. Inhale, prepare, exhale, big push up. Fingertips to the ceiling, point that top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower back down. You might want to give that shoulder a little bit of a break. It's tired holding you up. Okay, so for the last round, we're going to scoop our arm under and we'll reach up to the ceiling. Kind of halfway between a side plank and our thread the needle. Okay, so again, just really trying to use the tummy muscles to try and keep you nice and steady. And it's just a reach under and a reach up to the ceiling. Again, we're going to do 10 of these. So elbow directly underneath the shoulder, bottom leg bent, top leg straight. Tummy engaged, inhale to prepare, exhale, push up, fingertips to the ceiling. So we're going to reach under, 1, 2, try to keep that bottom hip up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower back down, roll onto your back, and stretch your fingertips away from your toes. A nice big stretch. So for our next exercise, just as a little bit of an easier one to do here, we're going to take the book back underneath our head. We're going to stay on that same side, arms are stretched out in front. I'm going to let that top knee fall over the top. Try to keep my knee and my ankle stuck to the floor. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of thoracic opening. So we're going to reach that arm forward, lift up and over, and then all the way back. Usually in the class we do this with a little hand weight, so if you have a tin of beans, a small weight around 1 or 2 kilos, you can do it with that. Reach forward, lift up and over. 3, 4, last one. 5. Okay, so we're going to turn over and do all the exercise on the other side. You can turn and face the other way. Just for the video, I'm going to turn to the other side of the mat so you can still see me. Okay, so we started with the clam exercises, then we went on to the side plank, and then we went on to the thoracic opening, so we'll just do it on the same order. Okay, so onto our side. Again, I'm just going to put the book in between my arm and my head, just to give my neck a little bit more support. My knees are bent, feet stacked on top of each other. I'm going to float my feet off the floor. Okay, I'm lifting that top knee and lowering back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time we're going to add the pulses in. So we'll lift up, 1, 2, 3, and lower back down. We'll lift up, pulse 1, 2, 3, and lower back down. Lift up, pulse 1, 2, 3, and lower back down. You'll know that I'm bad at counting. I think that's 4. Lift up, pulse 1, 2, 3, and back down halfway. Lift up, pulse 1, 2, 3, and lower back down. 6, 3, and lower back down. Number 7, 1, 2, 3, and lower back down. Last few. Lift up, pulse 1, 2, 3, and lower back down. Last 2. 1, 2, 3, lower back down. Last 1. Lift up, pulse 1, 2, 3, lower back down, and pop the feet on the floor. And we should be feeling that on the outside of our bum, our glute muscles. Okay, so the second round we're going to do with the straight leg. Again, you can do it with both legs straight. It's a little bit harder. Use the tummy muscles more to stop the pelvis wobbling forward and backwards. I'm just going to demonstrate with my bottom leg bent just to give me a little bit more stability. Again, I still have my tummy muscles engaged, my top leg, the toes are pointed. So I'm going to lift, flex the foot and lower back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down 3/4 of the way and try push that heel behind you slightly. We're going to circle the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done, that's the 2 glute exercises done. Take a little second, and then we're going to come up into our side plank. Again, I'm going to get rid of the book. I'm going to come up onto my side, and we're going to try our side planks, bottom leg bent, top leg straight, pretty similar to that last exercise, but we're just up on our elbow. Again, make sure that elbow is directly below the shoulder. Top leg is straight, bottom leg is bent, tummy engaged. Inhale to prepare, exhale, big push from the bottom hip, and we lift the hands up to the ceiling. Looking forward, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. So the second one, we're going to do the lift and lower with the legs. That's why we just did 2 rounds of some glute exercises to save some energy for this. And then the last round is the scoop under and the reach up. Okay, so again, bottom leg bent, top leg straight. Inhale to prepare, exhale, big push up, fingertips to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower back down, and you can give that shoulder a little bit of a break for a couple of seconds. The last round is the scoop under and the reach up, and then we'll come into some thoracic opening, a little bit of a general exercise. A little bit easy. Okay, So last round, again, if this is too difficult, just go back to one of the ones that we did at the start. So maybe just the hold or just practicing that technique of trying to keep the hips nice and high. Anyone wants to do this with both legs straight, they can. Okay, you can reach under and up. Okay, if you want it a little bit more advanced. I'm going to do it with the bottom leg bent, top leg straight. Okay, so tummy engaged, inhale to prepare, exhale, big push up. We're going to reach under and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep that bottom hip up. 10. Lower back down. Roll onto your back for a couple of seconds. Stretch your fingertips away from your toes. I don't have matching socks on again. I don't think I ever will. Everyone in my class knows that already. Okay, so last exercise in this position, our sideline, is our thoracic opening. Okay, so nice and gentle with this one. We're not looking to increase the heart rate, we're looking to take it back down again. So top leg is on the floor. My knee and my ankle are fixed to the floor. That just tries to stop my pelvis rolling backwards. So if I roll back, that knee will come off the floor. So I'm going to try and keep that fixed. So I get a little bit of a bigger stretch on my upper back and my shoulder. Hands together. I'm going to reach forward, then lift up and over. Hopefully I have enough room. And then all the way back. 2, again, you can do this with a little bit of a weight. 3, 4, the last one, 5, and all the way back. So the last couple exercises we're going to do, we're going to be on our hands and knees. This is definitely for my advanced class, we're going to do some tougher planks. So if anyone's working on their plank, they can do the plank preparation, which is the one where you're on all fours. We start with that and then we bring our legs out. So if anyone is working on their plank, please just stick to the easier levels. And we're going to do some plank lowering. So we're working on our push-up technique. We mightn't do any of the pushing up today, but we will certainly do some of the lowering. So I know everyone enjoys that. So we're going to come to our hands and knees. And we're coming where our knees are directly below my hips. My hands are directly below my shoulders. Okay. Make sure that you have enough room to lengthen out your legs without coming off the mat. My floor is pretty slippy, so I might come up the mat slightly just to make sure I don't come off. So back is in a neutral position, so it's not rounded up, it's not arched down, it's halfway between both. I'm going to engage my lower abdominals to try and keep that neutral spine. My toes are curled under. Inhale to prepare, exhale, I lift the knees and I step back, step back. Tuck my tailbone under and I'm strong through my upper back and my chest. Okay, we're just holding here, just getting all those little bits in order. Back of my neck is long. I'm actively holding myself up here. I'm not allowing my pelvis to drop, my lower back to arch. I'm going to bend back my knees, drop them, turn my toes away, and come into the child's pose. Okay, so good warm up. Now we're going to practice some of the lowering. Okay, so grab a drink if you need to, take a little bit of a break, and get ready for the next. We're going to do 3 of those in total. But we're just going to come up normally. We're not going to try and push up, but it's just to try and keep that upper body nice and strong while we're all at home, maybe not doing Pilates as regular as we normally would. Let's just try and keep up some of that strength, okay? So hands directly below the shoulders, knees below the hips, toes curled under, back in neutral. Tummy engaged, lift the knees, step back, tuck my tailbone under, strong through my chest. Okay, so I'm going to start to lower. I'm going to bend the elbows. allowing my chest to come down, all the way down onto the floor. Okay? I'm just going to come up. Normally, my chest, my pelvis, my legs all touch the floor at the same time there. Okay? If that's too much, you drop the knees. Keep that nice straight line from your knee through your hip to your shoulder, and just lower your chest and your pelvis down so that you're not lowering the legs as well. Okay? So, knees again underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, toes curled under. Tummy engaged, lift the knees, step back, step back. Tuck the tailbone under, push the chest up. Okay, so we're all set. Nice and strong through the chest, don't let the chest dip. Up nice and strong. We're bending the elbows, lowering the chest, aim for the chest, and down onto the mat. Okay. Anyone that's finding that difficult, what I mean by dropping the knees, you don't have to do this, I'm just demonstrating. So when I'm up here, if I drop the knees, try to keep that straight line, and I lower through here. Okay? You want to try to keep that straight line from here to here if you're dropping the knees. So last one, arms are getting tired now. You're just trying to slow that lower onto the mat as much as possible. That nice eccentric contraction of your arm muscles, particularly your triceps. Hands again up towards the top of the mat, knees underneath the hips, toes curled under. Back in neutral, that includes the neck. Tummy engaged, lift the knees, step back, step back. Tuck the tailbone under, strong through the chest. Bend the elbows. Lower, lower. Control it for as long as you can. Notice how my elbows are pointed toward behind me. They're not out to the side. That makes it much more difficult. Okay, elbows pointed behind. And we'll just come into the child's pose after that. Arms nice and long, elbows straight. Couple of deep breaths. We're just going to come back down onto our front. We're just going to do some lumbar extensions. So hands either side of my head on the mat, pushing up. Keep my hips nice and low. The arch is coming from my lower back and lower back down. Breathe out. And lower back down. 3, 4, last one. Allow that lower back to arch. Allow the tummy to sink. Lower back down and just relax there a couple of seconds. Last exercise we're going to do, we're going to do thread the needle with the extra little bit of a stretch at the end of each part of thread the needle. Okay, so again, this is a little bit more advanced, a little bit more stretch on the back and particularly the neck. So if anyone finds this difficult, just don't do the last part of the stretch. Okay, so we're going to go with the right side first. So I'm going to reach my right hand under, bring it back through and up towards the ceiling. Reach under, back through and up towards the ceiling. 3, 4, last one. This time we slide the hand along the mat and drop my head to the floor. So my back of my arm is on the floor, my head is on the mat, and I'm going to place my left hand behind my back, palm face up, and I'm going to twist my chest open, looking up towards the ceiling. Anyone with any neck issues, just leave this bit out. I'm going to place that left hand back on the floor, push myself up towards the ceiling. Right hand behind the back, palm face up, and I'm going to open up my chest this time to the right side, looking up to the ceiling. and relax. So those two bits are just a little bit of an extra stretch throughout the spine, particularly the upper back, the neck. So we're going to do the same with the left side. So left hand under, bring it back through and up. 2, 3, 4. Last one, slide the hand along the floor, let it rest the head on the mat. Right hand this time comes behind my back and I twist my chest open towards the ceiling. Place my right hand back on the floor, push up, lift my left hand up towards the ceiling, place my left hand behind my back, twist my chest open, looking up at the ceiling, relax back down, back out into the child's pose. This time we turn the palms face up, sit the bum back. Right, wiggle that bum back a little bit further towards your heels, elbows straight. Let's finish with resting our arms down by your side, forehead on the mat. If you're struggling to get your forehead onto mat, pop your book underneath your forehead, brings the mat up a little bit closer to you. And that is us. Thank you for taking part. I hope to see you all soon. That's 47 minutes of some Pilates for you to do at home. Thanks for taking part and hope to see you all soon. Take care and stay safe.